2 seconds left. It's going to come down.
Favor making a third as he looks up. Making a finds the draw 3. Stunning here from
Welcome back, everybody. We got done with the round number 5 game on stream. Now, moving into round number 6. The stakes here, which team will lose their flawless record? I am Lynx, joined by Benny. Benny, what kind of matchup do we have on the board, aside from, of course, the little prologue I gave to it?
It's going to be a matchup we've seen. It's an Arrow Rise you've not seen much of just yet, and a chess club that I've only heard about. I don't think I've ever casted them. I've casted some of these players. I've not casted chess club specifically.
Yes, of course. As we mentioned earlier, this is ARIAL Rise, but not the roster you've come to know throughout CL. This is a different iteration. You have Kento and Wimpy, who are on that roster. Then you have CZ, Valor, and AUG rounding things out, though I do believe, I'm not entirely sure, because I'm going to be honest, spoilers, one of these players is named Courageous Carl. And I believe it is AUG. However, I cannot say with 100% certain. I'm assuming it's AUG. That's an AUG thing to do, I feel like.
Well, if you check with
that name.
Everyone else in the roster has a regular name except for AUG.
Yeah, but the reason I'm saying this, I believe Rethinkin is subbing in for somebody today, but depending on who Courageous Carl is, that might change my answer. But not Mr. B. Chess Club has Mr. B on it. That has the full 5 in the lobby today, and again, that is the... I don't know if we've seen this iteration before, because the name has... the flag has been held by many different hands, but this is Gunner, Mr. B, Doc, Bills, and Snake, who you've seen some amalgamation of all of these players before.
I'm gonna say, yeah, we saw Pack Rat, Bills, Doc, and Snake playing together at one point. We've seen Gunner, we've seen Mr. B playing with them, Goosey before. We've seen all his players on different teams, and now they're just kind of here together at Chess Club. But hey, we're going to Clubhouse, another staple pick here in the amateur scene. We'll see Arrow Rise on attack first. Yeah, I do actually wonder who Courageous Carl is actually, because either it's Valor
I'm like 98% sure it's AUG.
It's either AUG or Valor.
AUG is just... Because AUG did that whole... I think he did the whole Rational Rhino thing for a bit.
Oh.
And so, Rational Rhino, Courageous Carl, you get the parallels.
Yeah.
I don't need to explain it to you. However, bringing us back down to earth, keep in mind, as what I said earlier, these are the only 2 remaining teams right now that have a flawless 5-0 record. Whoever wins this game moves up 6-0. Whoever loses, they still have 5 wins, but they will go 5-1, and they will lose their flawless record. So that's kind of why we decided to choose this game. Odds are both these teams will make it to close qualifiers, if we're being honest, unless something catastrophic happens. We want to see which team has it in them to win this best of 1 on Clubhouse and keep that beautiful 0 number under their loss column.
And it's something cool, because yeah, otherwise, I think also too, I think Permai said if you get 7 or you get 6 wins, it's pretty much impossible to not make close. So whoever makes this is pretty much dead set in close qualifiers. But same point, we don't expect these teams to lose the rest of their best of 1s, even if they do lose this one specifically after this. So we expect both these teams to be in close qualifiers, though. Except hey, anything can happen really. These best of 1s, they're just crazy.
Yeah, that's that is a good point. I did see a tweet made. I think it was actually by Gunner, funny enough, talking about how it seems confounding that a lot of the maybe, quote unquote lower ranked CL teams just keep on losing to teams. We just saw Outlast take the win over 1. It was still a very close win over NCSU, who, to be fair, are one of the top collegiate teams right now. But it does seem to be a phenomenon that some of these CL teams, whether they be quote unquote lower end or even some of the higher tier ones, end up losing to T3 teams that, hey, maybe they at least keep it close even if they lose, but it's sometimes dominant score lines. My mind goes back to IF losing 2-0 to Mystic, but a little bit of a different situation. We'll see if that happens here. Will ARIAL Rise, who has that CL level talent on the roster, lose out to Chess Club? And will they lose their flawless record? Or will it be Chess Club, I don't know if I would say T3 superstars just yet, but definitely a roster with undeniable talent? Will they be the first one to keep that 6-0 scoreline? The only one to keep it.
Because yeah, it's interesting because there's players in Arrow Rise who've been in CL, who've played CL quite a bit, but then now they're just a kind of an amalgamation mishmash of different players. So I do wonder what their playstyle is going to be like. Is it going to be the same Arrow Rise playstyle we've seen in the past, but maybe not as disciplined? Interesting to see. And then Chess Club, of course, I have no clue what to expect from Chess Club. 0 clue what to expect.
I mean, I can imagine, obviously, with Mr. B on the roster, it's not going to be completely uncoordinated, as, Mr. B is one of the big T3 IGLs, and, well, he wasn't T2 for a very short while. He was actually on Outlast in the first SCS qualifier, but he was dropped pretty thereafter. Can he redeem himself here with the likes of Doc and Gunner on the roster, or will ARIAL Rise? Will they be the ones to win over the T3 hopefuls? We'll have to see. We're going to Clubhouse as our map. Chess Club starting out on the defense, and ARIAL Rise, they will be starting out on the attack.
Well, let's see what the bands are going to be like. Are we going to see anything too crazy today, or is it going to be the same Thatcher, Habana band for the attack and then having Mira and Valkyrie? Either way, those bands make sense, though. Even though they are default, they are very powerful bands here in Clubhouse when it comes to just dealing with hatches, dealing with opening walls and everything.
Well, we'll see. Thatcher, the first one banned out. By the way, you cannot see it, but CZ put his Twitter in the chat at CZSEEZ. I think it's YYY was what it said. So make sure you follow. Make sure you follow CZ on Twitter. Just want to get that out there. Maverick, next band up. Probably gonna have a Cade to follow, I would assume.
Yeah, not too crazy. You just exchange the Maverick for the Habana, but that sometimes changes up the defense band. So leaving Kaid on the board or Cade on the board isn't really good for the defense or the attack, really. So it's going to be can banned out. And the next question is it Mira or Valkyrie to news next? I would think be Valkyrie because Valkyrie I feel like has a bigger impact, but anything can really happen.
I would just imagine, based on the two teams in the lobby as well, Valkyrie, yeah, it's gonna be a tool that would likely be used by both teams in the lobby, but one that would maybe be better served for both teams if it just wasn't in play whatsoever. Mira can certainly be useful, and I imagine either team will be fine to bring her out, but Valkyrie is just something that could keep things a little bit too close and keep the aggression a little bit too high for either team. But those are your bans. Now, let's get into the map. First side up, Basement, coming out from Chess Club, and based on the looks of it, we will have a Mira in the very first round. Unless it's 6-pick, to be fair. Could be changed.
Could change, could. From the lineup so far, it's interesting to see, ARIAL Rise bringing the Jackal, which means 6-pick, of course, because they maybe thought that was going to be a roam. But from the lineup you see here, I don't think they're going to go for a roam whatsoever, unless someone's just going to walk up there and solo roam or duo roam without any real reinforcements utility. So it does seem like at this point, Chess Club are sticking with that Mirror, which you can probably place, towards dummies watching blue, probably facing that main stairs from that church wall will be the, usual suspects when it comes to those mirror windows and how difficult it can be to push those angles with the mirror windows available.
See if Doc can make good use of it for ARIAL Rise's side. With the Cade ban, I'll be certainly happy to bring that Hibana. Don't have to worry too much. And with the Ace as well, they can use some of those Selma charges to open up the church wall on the bottom floor. I imagine that's what we'll see ARIAL Rise go for. Maybe they'll put Wimpy over towards the blue stairs. One interesting thing, though, Wimpy actually on the Zofia this go-around. I have been casting Wimpy for so long that it's to the point where just Wimpy and Sledge are inextricably tied in my mind. But again, as they are missing ARIAL Rise, they are missing some of their normal entries. Wimpy will be the one to take up that zone. I'm excited to see how he can make use of it. Not a role we see him on a lot.
True, yeah. So yeah, I definitely agree. I've seen Wimpy on Sledge quite often. Doc going for an early C4. Will he be droned out? See, he's going to drone out. Maybe see him below there. Wimpy's now shooting the drone or shooting the cam, and the C4 comes out. And unfortunately, Wimpy not fast enough on the trigger to shoot that C4. Doc will get the opening pick. Some early aggression, cheeky C4 to throw ARIAL Rise for a loop, and we'll see. Oh, there goes your entry in Wimpy. Won't be able to see him perform just yet.
And that's my fault, original gangster. That one's on me. My bad. I'll take the fall for that one. They have lost their Zofia and Wimpy as well, so that sucks. Happily though, they still have CZ on the board. Probably the most important in the early to mid game. You can use those X-Kairos, open out these hatches. There is one player who has crept up main stairs. I believe that's Bills on the Malusi, currently playing on top main outside of Kitchen Hall. You see the Ace also fall off the chain rappel, so he might be allowed to play aggressive. No, he'll instead move back down the stairs, not wanting to play things too risky early on. No impacts on the board. I believe Snake or Bills have the option to bring them. They instead opt for the proximity alarms and the BP instead. So all that's needed is a couple X-Kairos and that kitchen hatch will open, and then ARIAL can focus on moving back and down to the bottom floor.
Looks like they had some intent maybe in trying to push blue as you're looking down that blue hatch, but nothing so just yet. And well, yeah, with no impact trick coming out, they should have no problem opening up these hatches. The question is, are they going to try and push through dirt? Maybe go for a kitchen hatch, but Kento by themselves, heavy damage done to Snake. Can't finish up just yet, and still that mirror is the issue too. They still have the mirror playing for Snake. So even if Snake dies, which I guess, well, CZ goes down to a friendly grenade, that's not a great start. They should be able to deal with Snake, but oh yeah, the Snake's dead. Snake's definitely dead. He's been dropped by that grenade, and so that blue control kind of in the favor now for ARIAL Rise. We think getting a pick on Bills is huge though, but can they really convert this into an execute?
That is the question. By the way, Courageous Carl is Valor, I believe, has just been confirmed. So do not blame Og for that team kill. Instead, give the credit to Valor. Well, not for that team kill, but gaining blue control. Him and Kento now, the two players pushing in through this side of the map. That does leave Rethinking a little bit hung out to dry. And for Ariel, they have to push past this mirror window with no more Selma charges. They just have to try to take this fight, or instead move and join Rethinking on the bottom of main stairs, which that appears to be the strategy they're going for. Valor, Courageous Carl can continue to look down the hatch if he so wants to, or gate some late verticality. That's the option he will go for, as his team has consolidated on the northwestern side of the map and gotten a kill off it as well. Rethinking patiently biding his time bottom main. Two defenders give up their lives to the ace. Now Mr. B inside of Arsenal, the only one left. Rethinking's been able to make a miracle work happen at holding this angle. Can he get the next kill? Yes, he can. I believe that's a 4K for him in the round, single-handedly bringing that back, albeit with some assistance from the defense.
Yeah, I'm about to say, because that was an early start, a great start for Chess Club to get that C4 on Wimpy. So there goes Zofia, some utility, get rid of that entry fragger in Wimpy. And then from there, you have to make Arrow Rise make the first step. You have to force them to push up, and well, the mirror windows were the first issue, but there's no mute on the board. There was nothing really. I think actually maybe it wasn't a mute on the board. I can't remember if there was or not. Actually, there was, I think, actually, but they're able to deal with those mute jammers, open up that wall in the church. Rethinking, playing main stairs, waiting for a pick. There was also, unfortunately, a team kill. Even with the team kill, still able to win the round from the side of Valor onto, I think it was CZ, I believe, who got hit by a grenade. Able to deal with that blue pressure. Not able to really push blue, though, because even if they get that pick, there's still the mirror window in the way. But the fact that Rethinking was able to sit on main stairs, sit on the angle for the entire round, and get 4 picks to his name kind of spells out why that reason why that round went the way of Arrow Rise.
We'll also see a full reversal for Ariel Rise. Of course, Rethinking's still sticking on the ace, wanting to play at that AK-12, but Wimpy was like, I got C4'd. Now that I've experienced that, I'm not a fan. What happened? I could do without that. Instead, I will play Thermite. And CZ, you're known for playing that entry. You go for it. You take the Zofia. You take the brunt of the C4. I'll instead use those exothermics. It was 6-pick from the Hibana to the Thermite, and which is nice for Gym Bedroom, because really here, you just need a little bit more, but really 2 necessary things open. You need that jacuzzi wall opened, which you'll need an exothermic for. And if it's reinforced, you'll likely use an exothermic to open a plat wall. If it's not, you need that open to deny anybody from pushing into CC and putting pressure on middle balcony. As long as you do that, a thermite will do very well with only 2 exothermics, and they still have some Selmas to maybe compensate for any losses.
Yeah, Selmas could prove to be what they used last time to deal with that mirror on church wall. They could use it again here as long as they're able to grenade out that mute jammer behind it in bathroom. It'll be interesting to get that open up. But of course, let's talk about plat. Plat wall is the first step here for them. Open up the plat wall. Just make sure they can cut off any roamers. Make sure they can't play off of that serve window. And now the question comes into play: what is Arrow Rise's next step? I'm assuming it'd be opening up that jacuzzi wall like you talked about before. And from there, now the question comes to play: do you push that that cache extension? Do you push those players out? You walk into this con hole that you see, having that one mirror window facing that way, having bills on that shield, of course, as well. But so far, I see nobody pushing it, so maybe they're just going for that jacuzzi side. Because the question too, there's 3 players kind of off towards this side. If they kind of maybe push for that control for jacuzzi, they could try to rush site.
It's possible. Snake also in a tricky position. If he's caught out on red, even with Gunner, one of them could very surely die. But CZ holding the rappel right now, they might double swing the balcony. And at that point, that is CC control back in the hands of the defense. Don't have to worry about the pressure on the balcony. Gunner backs off though, so Snake will just continue passively holding this angle, maybe waiting for one of the defenders to get in position. Both Gunner, Bills, and Snake, the 3 members on this side of the map, as Benny pointed out. Probably not a good chance to rush side, especially with Bathroom Wall. Still with that mirror window, Mr. B can play behind it successfully. Blows open the top of the wall. Can he send a C4 out? No, instead he'll go for the swing as the Thermite pushes in. He's in the wrong spot, though. He can't get either kill. Wimpy, he's weaved his way on through. Bobbing and weaving. He dodges the shots. 3 kills fly in Ariel Rise's favor. Tagged on later by CZ. A bit delayed with the 4th. Gunner's rotated all the way down to the bottom floor. Now he's got to fight through Valor to try and make his way up main stairs. Gets it down onto Wimpy. He's sitting inside of the bedroom. That's not the play with the diffuser. That's somebody else. No kill goes Gunner's way, despite his down just a couple seconds prior. 2 rounds in a row for Ariel Rise.
Apparently, I called it.
I was gonna say. I was like, maybe they won't. They still have this bathroom mirror, and that's never mind. He just made it past the bathroom mirror.
I don't do well on Zofia. I do well with the 5.56. I don't, I play. That's why I play. That's why I play Thermite 4.
I want to be honest, Benny. I just didn't expect Wimpy to just walk past the bathroom mirror. Didn't even smoke it. He was just like, nope.
Didn't need to. I guess
like,
at
I'm
that
good.
point too, because the way the mirror is placed, if you just go to the left in the hallway, because usually you expect someone to play main stairs, but nobody from Chess Club was there. I think it was later on that Gunner was going to that position, but he was late, so that allows for Wimpy to just push down the hallway. And Doc was, well, he was scared of the hatch, so he's not going to play that doorway. And then player, of course, I think it was Blitz Bills was unfortunately caught off guard. He just pulls back into the bedroom thinking he's safe, and well, there's Wimpy with a 5.56 pointing your way, and you're just like, wait, what happened to my team? Where are they at?
He's like, guys, I thought bathroom was still up. Ah!
Exactly. Because at that point, I guess the player in bathroom, who I believe I can't remember who it was, they're probably screaming,
Mr. B.
"Oh, guys, Wimpy just sent it."
Guys, Wimpy's in. It didn't work. So yeah, that didn't anticipate that one. Thought they'd have to do a little bit more work for the bathroom, but there's someone got mute jammed. They were like, you know what? Screw it. We're going in. Now
Yeah.
now Chess Club will go back down to basement, not trying CCTV and cache very much. They tried jamming out like, we could go to a different site, but let's try basement again. Respect that, try to see if this works. They'll bring Mr. B on the Bandit, which I do believe is a change from what we saw last time. Still don't think it'll be a roam too far off the site. I imagine most of the defenders will still be here, especially once those mirror windows are placed down, one on Church Wall, one on the dummy wall looking into blue. They'll want to play off those and try to stop the push once it comes down towards the site.
Yeah, I'm assuming the band's place because last time I was rethinking with the 4K from that church wall. So this time they want to make sure that church wall stays closed. Make sure that that mirror window on the main wall doesn't get opened up, popped open. But Bills this time playing aggressive, looking for a kill. And he does find it on the Kento. Great shots with MP5. And unfortunately, you're not in an angle to get refragged by the person on that fence rappel. You're just playing the corner by main stairs, able to get the pick on him coming from that billiard side. So great pick. Nobody around to refrag either on the side Aerial Rise because I guess Kento is going maybe a bit too quick there.
And keep in mind, by the way, that this is the same trend we had on the basement so far. Chess Club getting an opening pick very early on, untraded. The only reason they really lost that round was because they started swinging and rotating in front of bottom main, where Rethinking was just sitting. That round was going very well for Chess Club up until that point. So starting off here, again, they might have lost a similar situation, but if they just play this a little bit more disciplined, they can take full advantage of taking out, again, an entry for Aerial Arise and it not being answered back. The attack might have full reign to get this verticality, even start opening up that mirror window. Of course, some progress related to main stairs, but can't really capitalize on it just yet. There's still plenty of time for Aerial to turn things around, especially with how quick they've made this happen. But if Chess Club just play a bit further back, they should be okay.
As long as they keep this wall open, because last time I was rethinking just keeping that opening up that wall with the Selma, not having any hard breach down the side of Chess Club, but we'll see. So far, looks like they're drawing things out, and that wall, it's been electrified. So unless you throw a grenade down there, you somehow burn out any ADSs that may be behind that, and you're not going to get that wall open. You're not going to deal with the mirror window. But so far, it looks like maybe going for the kitchen hatch instead this time around. Mr. B playing dirt. So Arrow Rise, what's the other side of the angle here? You just can't go kitchen hatch by itself. There needs to be a different angle here. Are they going to go for dirt, try to open up that dirt wall? The Bennett of Mr. B's playing it, though. Are they going to go for blue, where, that dummy's mirror is facing, though, too? What are the options here? Actually, Wimpy's just going to send it. He's jumped down the hatch. Wow. He's going to go for the plants, rethinking, holding for the cover. What other C4? There's got to be something to stop them. But the C4 does come out, and the Wimpy Doc gets it. Bills with 2 kills. Down CZ, down rethinking. It's up to Courageous Carl or Valor, and now in a 1v4, and he's dead.
Yeah. Really there, you lose the opening pick. There's not much you can do to capitalize off it because the defender just immediately runs back down main. And even if there was somebody playing close by Kento, the timing would have been very awkward to make it happen. Otherwise, like, okay, that's frustrating. We'll just try to continue, though. Try to make the best of it. They open up all the hatches, start opening up Church Wall. It's looking all right. So much so, they're like, you know what, let's do it. Wimpy, send it down kitchen hatch. This is where things start to unravel, because keep in mind, it is a 4v5. Aerial Rise have not really even damaged anybody on the other team substantially. So Wimpy goes for the kitchen drop and plants in default. Okay, but they have Amira on the board. Amira, who in all likelihood will be playing inside of Church. Amira with a C4. Once the intel is relayed that Wimpy's planting in default, that C4's coming. The only option there is just to shoot it out of the air, and that's not something reliable to bet on. Aerial Rise went for about the most bog standard kitchen drop you can play, and they had good coverage on people actually swinging Wimpy. Rethinking did a good job at that. But they couldn't even counter the default C4 in response. And based on the damage that was done to their man count earlier and the little that was done to bring that advantage back, Aerial just kind of losing to the oldest trick in the book.
Yeah, I would say it seemed like they were they were kind of out of options on that play there. They're just kind of like, well, we can't push the mirror window on church wall. We can't push the mirror on dummies. Mr. B's playing bandit inside of dirt, so I guess we just drop kick should actually go for it. End of story. But hey, we're going to CC for the first time for Press Club this time, and well, once again, Mr. B playing that bandit. He's going to try to, bandit trick the exothermic charge Whippy, which is going to be, interesting to see how they do it. And we'll see what Arrow Rise do in store. If they're just going to go below, destroy the bandit batteries. If maybe he's actually going to be a trick. Looks like he actually is, because he's barricading that doorway into red. So now we're going to see the members of Arrow probably take control of Lounge, go from below, and stop him from doing so.
Well, they could do that. Could try to use maybe Courageous Carl with a nade over by CC window, but no. Him and the Sophia both down below. They are trying to take this from Lounge and deny Mr. B that way. You can already see the intel related to that position saying, hey, this is where you got to aim. This is what you got to do to try and deny the bandit playing there. You can see him playing close in that wall. The lifeline will surely go out momentarily, and it downs Mr. B. Unfortunately, maybe getting a little bit reckless, maybe not even aware. The wall will be opened up, and as you saw, his teammate contemplating going for a res, and that is just not viable with Mr. B's only safe haven. Stop. But oh no, look at this. The barricade opened up. Good job. Ooh, Wimpy finds a kill onto Gunner, unsuspecting, or at least unaware of the breach open up, caught with his pants down, and Mr. B could be picked up, but it's still a 5v4.
Oh, nobody's watching the drone hole. They could have maybe shot Bills there, but either way, you're able to down Mr. B, get a pick on Gunner, who was trying to support him in return. Great work on Arrow Rise. Snake was unread for the second here. It could be prove to be a problem because they didn't drone out full secret stairs, so this could be big as he's pushing up. He pushes straight through Swamp, looking to maybe find a pick, but he does shoot a drone, so they should know of his presence now inside of Swamp. And now Doc's undercover because it's going to be that garage take here for Arrow Rise. So at this point, you can push back Snake, go for the play into Doc, try and push him out with grenades, with those throwables, of course, because it is Wamai. He's gonna have disc available to him to try and stop that, but he's by himself. There's no support for him, so it should go pretty well for Arrow Rise.
Thinking desperately just trying to fire some shots over the head of the Rafters player. Bill's taking quite a bit of damage as he's getting aggressive on those garage stairs. We're thinking, no! Not able to get the kill. Doc goes big despite the 1 HP. He gets 2 kills for his troubles on the garage stairs, but Wimpy finally finishes him off. Again, he wasn't long for this world. He got those 2 picks. Big at that. That garage position on 1 HP is still untenable to hold for any defender. Mr. B and Bills also, like the Wamai, both on low HP, and Wimpy's able to easily fell to Malusi, trying to take advantage of the elevated surface, and Malusi will reveal that Wimpy has now entered CCTV from bathroom. Mr. B could get a C4, but he gets caught on the doorway. Mr. B hops off for just a second, fires some shots, but returns to default. Mr. B could deny the plant right here. If he can arc this C4 right, it's sent over, but Wimpy dodges it in time, and that was it. That was the Hail Mary play Mr. B needed to go for, and now he has to hope that CZ whiffs, and that simply is not something you can bet on. Ariel Rise, they take their 3rd round on Clubhouse Attack.
Looking great for Arrow Rise so far, and that was unfortunate though, but it was just early fights not able. Mr. B trying to go for that, control, trying to go for that bandit trick. But if you not have control of Lounge, if you have control of Swamp, they could just go below. Like we saw, they had stock control. They walk in, they point that lifeline right at the wall, and they blow up Mr. B from below. Mr. B isn't the casualty though. Mr. B actually lives through that regard. He actually is able to retreat through that red hallway, get picked up by Bills, but Gunner, who was playing for that support, swings plat, dies to Wimpy. That kind of puts Arrow Rise in that lead there. From there, it was kind of just, at that point, Arrow Rise then taking control garage. And it was looking great, actually. Doc gets 2 picks on that thing, but Snake goes down elsewhere, and then Doc gets refragged after getting 2 picks, and 2 picks isn't enough at that point to put them in the lead after Doc dying of losing Gunner and Snake. You're down to a 2v3. They have control of that. They have control of Rafters. They control server. They go for that plant, and at that point, you just gotta deny anybody else trying to push forward. You have that full control, and you can see from there, the Chess Club could not try to bring it back.
They won't try CCTV and cash a second time. Instead, they will return to Gym Bedroom, where they tried to make things work previously, and it wasn't going terribly. It was actually going well, and then Wimpy just pushed into sight and won the round. Now, hopefully that doesn't happen again, because remember, bathroom mirror was still intact. Sure, the left panel is soft, but the ace charge that was meant to make playing behind it impossible was mute jammed. Ariel Rise didn't deal with it. They just ran past it, and Wimpy somehow made it work. There's still a very winnable round for Chess Club if you just even go back and change one thing about that round. Say Wimpy's running this and successful, Chess Club probably win that round, depending on what happened. So with this same defense, I still think Chess Club have a good round here. They just, well, need to keep a better hold on the site. Maybe put Gunner in main stairs early on would be a solution.
Yeah, having someone in main stairs, or maybe Doc being more aware and being able to push that angle earlier, because it looks like Doc was late trying to take that fight with Wimpy earlier that round. You know, Bills goes down, Doc's not in a position to refrag, he goes late and allows Wimpy to take that 1v1 against them. Could be different, but we'll see here if Arrow Rise do push this extension, because we saw, like I said before, there was 3 people on this extension. There was that Bills playing that angle towards Khan, there was Doc on the mirror, there was Gunner and a Snake playing by red, playing cash. There was a lot of stock put into this side of the map, and Arrow Rise ignored it entirely, which made it worthless at that point. Had to have, you just saw Chess Club have to rotate back the site, and Wimpy took full advantage of that. So you'll see if this time, if maybe they rotate faster, knowing that Arrow Rise aren't going to push that extension. But so far, it looks like Wimpy are waiting for somebody from Chess Club to try and push that position, try and push towards that side. But so far, it looks like they're actually able to open up that wall and really think get the first pick on Mr. B.
Yeah, important distinction here. The Soma Charge successfully destroys that mirror window, and Mr. B, without much better of an option, maybe tries to take a fight. Bills does the same as well. Crouch walks in front of the opened mirror hole and the Soma Charge hole at that, and he gets taken down. His kneecap shot, but 2 bodies for Aerial Arise fall soon after. Man count still held intact thanks to CZ making good work watching Platwall and inside of CCTV. We're still losing Kento and Wimpy, one of the players on the Jacuzzi balcony. Aerial Arise will likely be forced to try and consolidate a bit and regather their strength. Rethinking holding outside of Jacuzzi wall. He'll have a teammate join him, and that's Courageous Carl cooking a nade. Can he send one in? Ooh. Yes, he can. Lands directly on top of Snake. Second as well, trying to find impact on the shield, and it's not the grenade. Thought it was for just a second. It was a well-timed shot by Rethinking. Timed in sync with that grenade right there through the smoke. That moves things up 4-1.
Wow, Arrow Rise looking great in their attack, except for that, that one downstairs attack where they had no choice. Well, maybe not say no choice, but they were kind of left to no choice with the jump down that kitchen hatch, which we're going to right now. Going back to Church and Arsenal, but last round was just, again, that same kind of play from the Sun Arrow Rise. Open up the Jacuzzi wall, open up Plat wall, make sure nobody can play that angle over by, actually, I'm not sure they even open Plat wall, because I think actually they got a kill from that window, that server window, which is where they got those 2 picks to try and bring them back. But it was still the fact that Arrow Rise started off so strong. They get open that wall in bathroom. They kill the player in bathroom. They kill a player in main stairs. They force Chess Club at that point to rotate and try and take fights and get aggressive to bring that man advantage back, or at least even it up. And in the end, it's so difficult to do that despite the kills going in the way of Arrow Rise. Chess Club have to go into overtime and try to get the kills back. And unfortunately, they can't. The Arrow Rise are ready for it despite losing 2 members. And they even took a second to, just as let's talk about, regather strength, push back together, figure out what the plan is going to be, and that calm, collected cool is great to see from Arrow Rise.
It certainly is, and all they have to do is do that on this basement site where, in all fairness, they have struggled. It is the only site where they have lost the opening duel, both Gym and CCTV. All the times they've gone to it, they have won that opening pick. It's only been basement that has been a bit pernicious in that department, and they end up either not having a great round, still salvaging it, but having a not great early to mid round, or losing it entirely. They may be able to win that opening duel here, deny Chess Club that early advantage that they seem to thrive on. Things could go a lot differently, and it really starts with, again, not losing your entry early on, which has so far been the big issue for Ariel on these attacks specifically.
Oh, you say that already. Mr. B taking the fight. Snake's there too, trying to find the head. If I believe that's CZ. C4 thrown out, and down he... Nope, no, unfortunately,
okay.
It was low. Well, I actually said that was late. You were wrong.
I just it's... Come on, man.
Last time it was Kento. First time it was Wimpy. Now it's CZ. Again and again, early picks for Chess Club on this site specifically. And again, it comes to the point where we have to see Arrow Rise figure out a game plan, because again, having Mr. B as the bandit inside of dirt, denying that push through, having the mirror windows facing towards main stairs of blue, the only real thing they could really figure out was kitchen hatch, and we saw, well, it didn't go so well because he just throws C4 and deny the plant if it is that default plant.
I'll see what different strategy they go for, because, I mean, they're in the same situation they've been in 4 rounds now, early 4v5, that they have to try to squeeze all the life out of if they want to win this round. They haven't done it successfully at all 2 rounds. See if they do it here. They're going with the same plays. Opening up these vertical holes inside a kitchen. Opening up these hatches with Wimpy's X Kairos. And then likely using Rethink and Soma Charges to open up Church Wall like we've seen previously. Gunner getting a little bit aggressive on those main stairs. All he gets is a drone, and there's still plenty for Ariel, so nothing to write home about just yet. We really need to see what Ariel is to do, because so far, it's still coloring by the numbers for their attack.
Well, if they could bait out Doc C4 somehow, they could go for that same play and they have the coverage from the hatch. It could work out this time. But again, baiting out that C4 is going to be difficult because, well, Doc's in a position once again just to throw it out. Sitting position, and he's done. He's playing dummies for the moment. They're burning the ADS by him. He's playing for the moment, trying to deal with that bandit battery so they can blow up this mirror window and push through dummies, push through blue into sights. But so far, it looks like they hear that alarm on secret. They know he's coming from that direction. He's going to bait it out from the moment. But so far, I still don't really know what the play here is from ARIAL Rise. And, well, Gunner is going to start off. He's going to put another dent in their attack.
Wimpy will finally put a dent in the armor for Chess Club, but not really a substantial one. Bill's, sure, he's gone, but there's still plenty of defenders to hold these necessary angles. Wimpy, he's a rogue warrior right now. He's the only one he's the only one fighting inside of Moto. Kento's on blue. There's still one. Courageous Carl's over by Kitchen. He could go over and help out the Hibana, and that's exactly what he'll do. Maybe the blue push can work, but well, no, it all collapses actually. I was gonna say the Moto push starts to falter, but it's tumble, misstep, and then faltering by ARIAL Arise. They don't get the 5-1 half. They still get a 4-2, and it was just basement proving to be near insurmountable for them.
Well, you'd expect a 4-2 half when it comes to attack on Clubhouse to be pretty good, but hey, we don't know exactly how these teams play, and maybe both these teams are more of those attacking kind of teams where they know how to attack, but their defenses sometimes can be lacking on some of these sites. Hard to say. We'll go first time Church and Arsenal for ARIAL Rise, and it seems to be somewhat of a roam based on the fact they're bringing the Mozzie, but at the same point, it's only a Mozzie by himself. No Vigil, no Castle, no Mute. So I don't exactly know if there's kind of if it's maybe the half roam just to try and bait out some time and some utility, or well, no, we think it's just a Vigil, so it could be a half quarter roam, quarter.
I imagine still just trying to waste some time. It's always the importance of the Vigil. Plus, if you are just trying to get some early momentum, putting a player like Rethinking on the Vigil who can get some early kills, play off that lack of intel that teams will have to deal with trying to clear them out, it'll be something that's good. Plus, you don't have the mute, so the drone denial won't be as oppressive as if you have that mute on the board. But yeah, as you said, it's kind of a half and half. You have the Vigil and the Maz, you can do some work. You have the Mira down below who can hold the site a lot easier. I honestly like this. As long as they don't spread themselves too thin and they aren't caught by their own strategic, not indecision, but strategic in between the going for right now. Half and half, trying to have it both ways. As long as they don't get caught right in the middle and fall into the pit, should be okay. I like this.
I guess as long as they waste enough time and if they're able to get picks, because the problem is now they don't have any heart-breaching denial. So like we saw from Rethink in the first round, if they get open the church wall, deny that mirror, there's a lot of different angles for the the attack to play off if they open that wall. But again, we'll see how this roam goes so far for ARIAL Rise. Looks like two members of Kento and Rethinking are probably upstairs just running around, causing havoc, just making it difficult for Chess Club to drone them out. And it looks like they use some of the reinforcements on Plat, probably on Jacuzzi as well. So we'll see if ARIAL Rise or we'll see if Chess Club actually go for it though, because they could just really just barrel down side if they wanted to, I guess.
Interesting that normally see the mirror window placed on a reinforced wall there, but there the entire wall is stealth. There's even some feet holes opened up, so worried they might expose themselves a little bit, but still the dummies mirror could be very important. Rethinking using the last remaining 2 of his impact grenades to open up part of that Logi wall, allow for a rotation. Him and Kento right now, the only 2 upstairs. Wimpy, the first one to take an engagement, though. The Yana of Bills fires some shots over towards Bar, where CZ is currently playing. Neither has been spotted just yet. The drone taken out, I do believe, and that's when Bill strikes. Wimpy caught reloading on top main. Chess Club, first attacking round. They take the opening duel. Now CZ is left hung out to dry.
He's playing by himself in Bar. There's still Kento and Rethinking upstairs, which they're being droned out. Rethinking is waiting for a drop down that Logi hatch. So at least they're wasting time, but they've already lost one member in Wimpy. If they lose another one, this could look to be an easy win for Chess Club with the man advantage, but again, depends. And actually, at this point, I think everyone from the side ARIAL Rise is playing on the top floor. Who's actually on site? Is anybody on site? Well, Snake will get the pick on Rethinking upstairs. At least Bill's been refragged, but less members of Chess Club are barreling down on these roamers, and one after another, they're all going down. Doc will still go down, but C's on low HP and a drop down from Mr. B. He's just gonna finish him off, and Snake will take down Valor, and that's Chess Club denying the entire roam ARIAL Rise.
Not a great start for ARIAL. You don't need me to tell you that. So, there, as you can tell, Wimpy and CZ were like, okay, let's try to get aggressive inside a bar. CZ not as aggressive, but Wimpy definitely trying to take a fight inside a bathroom. He's just trying to play on those stairs. Gives himself up to Bills, who is playing aggressive as well. Interesting strategy to play aggressive against Chess Club, who are likely, and as we've seen, thrive on winning that opening duel, but at least him and CZ are playing close by. That fails, though, once Wimpy's taken down. Now, Kento is not the only one left. Him and Rethinking are there, but they can be isolated on that top floor. One playing inside of construction and CCTV, the other playing inside of master bedroom. At that point, as CZ is struggling to have an impact down below, it's exactly what the attack does. They start to segment off the top floor, and when people start rotating down, again, Chess Club, working and thriving off their man advantage, have more players in positions to cut off ARIAL's rotations and cut off their positions. So for ARIAL, again, as you said, Chess Club did a great job at clearing out that roam, and everything that ARIAL tried to do, Chess Club either accounted for, or if they didn't, they won their fight anyway.
Yeah, I would say at this point it's kind of running. It's interesting because, like you said, the fact that Chess Club thrive off that first pick, and we saw them get that first pick so often, not I'm gonna say often, but quite often in the defense and the rounds that they did win at times. So it's interesting to see the ARIAL are trying to go toe for toe like that, despite seeing Chess Club do that already on their defense. But we'll see. We're on CCTV and Cash next for them, and we see a similar lineup here from the side of ARIAL compared to Chess Club. Bringing that Bandit once again. We'll see if they hold on to Pit on to Lounge for the moment, because that was the issue, is that ARIAL was able to take control stock, able to just kind of walk or just point their way towards Lounge, open up the floor bottom of Mr. B and deny the Bandit whatsoever. But Wimpy looks like he's gonna destroy one of those Bandit or one of those Salmos. But again, because of the fact that it's Ace, you can just put two on them, and Bills will find an angle onto Wimpy with the second Selma going off, and it goes the first pick for Chess Club once again.
And again, nothing ARIAL can really do to trade this back. Kento tries to go for a pre-fire on somebody repelled on flat balcony, but there's nobody there. Bill's got his kill, just holding on the left side of the breach, repelled outside. Once he got the kill, repelled up. Don't really need to do more at that point. 30 seconds in, they get the wall open, the opening pick, and now they can turn their full attention to clearing CZ out of garage. They have the utility to do it. Plenty of flashbangs, plenty of nades to send up after the burn has cleared out these ADSs and magnets, and the breach open to catch CZ off guard, which he walks directly into. So all the utility I just hyped up that they need, they don't even need anymore, because Snake has now got 2 kills and a down for literally no cost to the attack. Courageous Carl, or Valor, the artist he was formerly known as, is now the only one left with no real hope of picking up Kento, with all 5 guns trained on his current position. Can't even get 1 kill as Gunner takes him down. I mean, ARIAL they didn't have anything going for them. The car didn't even start. It exploded.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of the issue with Bandit tricking an Ace and not having the Bandit batteries up first, is that he can just throw the Selmas on the wall, both of them on the wall, and you have to Bandit trick both of them, which you can't do. It's literally impossible. So the wall opens up, Bills is ready for it, kills them, and then at that point, especially with the kill onto CZ, because CZ was like on the edge of the rafters, and he gets into the angle of Snake. At that point, ARIAL starts swinging. They start trying to take fights to deny the push, because once they have rafters, they have plat. That's the 2 cars they need to get that plant down. So at that point, you had to see ARIAL get aggressive, take fights, and lose them again and again and again. Flawless round from the side of Chess Club, and it seems as though, at this point, it seems to be some mistakes here from ARIAL, and it's interesting because this is not the same full roster we've seen CL. It's a different roster, a mishmash of different players from different CL teams or amateur teams, and, well, it seems to be lacking maybe some of that, what they had from before with some of those older players.
Well, they'll try CCTV and Cash again, and I imagine Wimpy won't go for that Bandit trick a second time in a row. As you said, the presence of the Ace, making it not exactly a viable strategy. So he'll put his X-Kairos there, or not his X-Kairos, put his Bandit batteries on the wall early on, force them to take it down, and then probably just put his other 2 on the con panel or somewhere else, and then call it a day. Don't worry too much beyond that. Because once Platwall fell and then Garage fell literally 25 seconds later, I mean, that was an entire CC attack that can sometimes take almost the entire round to happen, done in the first, minute of the round. So, just playing a bit more passively here, not trying to be as active, denying again that opening engagement, that second kill, is what we need to see.
I definitely agree. They cannot just let... They at least let Platwall open, but don't die trying to do it at this point. Well, we'll see. Looks like they open up garage first as Wimpy. Yeah, of course, they've put the bent barriers down first to have the Rune Gates to on top of that to try and make it more difficult to walk in. There is kind of a amalgamation of players here inside of Cash that are pushing off as they're expecting this to open up. Bill's going to throw a grenade from below to destroy it, and there he goes. Both bent barriers destroyed. Gunner is going to open the wall up. And that's the first step. Again, out the door. CZ is going to be the next step. Last time they were just the snake just pre-fired through that window. CZ was in a position to get shot from it. This time, hopefully, he's not in that position, and we'll see if he can actually try and bunker down and stay alive for as long as possible. And if someone from ARIAL can at least try to help him out.
Also, happily here on the plat wall, there's 2 Rune Gates, so if they want to enter and do the breach, they have to use some flashbangs to burn it out. So that'll be some burn that could otherwise go to clearing out garage and clearing out CZ position, burning those magnets and ADSs that they'll have to save for plat wall unless they want to use nades or more desirable utility. Doc trying to get this by just kills though, as he's got intel on CZ's position, but he's found by Gunner instead on the garage door. Again, 2 times now CZ has just given himself away to a player watching that angle, and the attack has not had to expend any utility whatsoever to clear him out.
Oh, that control now. They're in the same, pretty much the same place. Sure, it took a bit longer this time, but they're pretty much in the same exact position, though there is more members of ARIAL available. There's at least a smoke canisters and a C4 ready to try and stop them from planting, but they have time now to bait out those C4s, bait out those smokes, and try and get this plant down. But Bills with a kill rethinking, so there's one of those members to try and stop the plant. You don't have to bait out the smokes anymore, you just have to bait a C4 or get these kills, because if ARIAL just keep peeking their heads out, with Kento actually getting aggressive, trying to find a pick through pit, but he's actually been found by Mr. B watching the flank. So at this point now, Wimpy and Valor trying to take fights. Gunner downs Wimpy, running out through Cash. It's up to Valor, who's already low on HP with a DMR in hand. He's finished up by Bills, and another flawless round for Chess Club.
And it didn't start with step 1 of their first attack. It started with step 2, which is just CZ dying for free. They didn't need to expend any utility. They didn't burn any magnets. CZ just tries to peek, or is caught out rotating and sliding his way along the rafters. You don't need to expend any utility. And again, you have plat wall open, which to be fair isn't inherent. I mean, it is inherently a bad thing, but it happens. It's going to happen on your attack. If you're not actively bandit tricking, if the enemy team is competent, they're getting that wall open in a minute. In some way, shape, or form, it's going to happen. So then the focus there is garage and wasting as much time as you can there. Is CZ probably going to die in that position at some point? Yes. It should not be in this way, because once plat wall is opened, the Rune Gate's burned, and you've cleared out garage for free at that, not much they need to do at that point to win their attack. But what I can say is that Chess Club have been performing very well so far, and even if they don't make it here, if you want to see more of the performance of teams like Chess Club, like ARIAL Arise, like anybody you've seen and been impressed with so far in SCS Season 6, our second qualifier for Stage 2 is January 14th to the 16th. If you want to play and compete, type !play in Twitch chat for more info on how to register, where you need to go, what you need to do, that sort of thing. If you're just excited to watch, then all you need to know is January 14th to the 16th is where you can expect Benny, myself, and a bunch of other incredible broadcast talent and players as well to show you some great Rainbow Six. January 14th to the 16th is when you can expect all of that to happen.
Coming right up soon to a theater near you.
Or a computer monitor. We don't have that kind of money.
Oh, if only.
We haven't bought up movie theaters for this.
Well, speaking of that, we're on the bedroom and gym where we're going to see how ARIAL can defend it in Chess Club, how they're going to attack it. Actually, they're trying to maybe go head on and deal with this extension on the side of ARIAL. Despite we saw ARIAL, when they came to their attacks, they actually didn't even push the extension one of the 2 times, or none of the times, of the 2 times that you saw Chess Club set it up. But so far, at least they know one secret. They know the Malusi of CZ's playing that direction. They're expecting a rotate, but CZ's going to run all the way down the basement, run back towards the main stairs, I'm assuming, and not go for that pick. But there is kind of an extension. It's actually interesting, these mirror windows, too. We see mirror being brought. These are different mirror windows. Well, at least one's different. They have one facing towards from gold, facing towards if they push from con to site. And the other one's probably bathroom facing the jacuzzi side.
I imagine the other one will be there. How the hell does CZ win that? Bills has the drop on him, a pinch and everything, and CZ just slits his throat and runs away. I don't know if Bill's game froze. I don't know what just happened. It is a holiday miracle that CZ got away with that just now, and that it's a 5v4. But importantly, shenanigans aside, ARIAL Arise have won the opening duel, and it's not been traded. This has been a trend they have not been able to set, and that Chess Club have thrived in. Now that they have the 5v4 and Chess Club have to pick up the slack left by a low man count, this could be ARIAL's first round on the defense.
We'll see so far. We'll see if they can. There's so far been a one-side push from Chess Club, but they have control of Khan. They need to push Logi neck, open up that jacuzzi wall, which I don't know if they will or not, but from the windows, Gunner with a kill onto him. CZ goes down. The Kento's been taken out, so now it's a 4v4. CZ's low in HP, so it's still anybody's game at the moment. But a grenade comes out, rethinking great. He's thinking his ADSs because that grenade was really right in his face. He's actually gonna peek it. He's not able to finish the kill. Wimpy the C4 on Mr. B, and so far Wimpy is going off, though, stopping the push entirely.
Wimpy going absolutely massive right now, as that's still started to crumble under the weight of Chess Club and the tactical prowess. Well, right as I say that, ironic that Gunner vaults into a frost mat, so that was a blunder, to continue with the chess terminology. That was like breaking the rules and putting your king in line of attack. That was a round that still could have been salvaged, and he vaulted into a frost mat.
It's so could have been salvaged, but the fact that the entire con push failed to Wimpy, kind of crazy there.
That's true. That's a good point.
That was a 4v4 there. It was looking pretty good. You know, you had that balcony, you were pushing back some of the defenders, and Wimpy somehow can get a C4 off, swing the other player in con, take full control, and then even go to server, swing the player on the balcony once more and kill them. And then also you saw, gonna jump in the window and die to a frost mat. So apparently Wimpy could just cause things to downward spiral entirely.
Hey, Wimpy is a great player. However, probably shouldn't have happened. Probably should not have been that close. But it happens. Chess Club have so far looked indomitable on the attack, aside from that one slip-up. And now they get to go to either basement or CCTV. In this case, on basement, it was not entirely a similar story to CCTV, but similar enough, just not as bad. They got the opening pick here, no answer back by ARIAL, but in this case, it was a roam that Chess Club primarily had to deal with, and did so successfully. They successfully cut off Kento and Rethinking upstairs, separated them from CZ down below after they got the pick on CZ's support, Wimpy playing on main stairs. At that point, everyone took fights, they fell soon afterwards, and there wasn't much they could do. This go-around, it appears that ARIAL Arise have completely foregone any kind of roam based on their lineup and where they're positioning themselves right now. And even though it's nice to delay control with how well Chess Club have done clearing out roams and getting the opening pick, I think this is an okay move.
Yeah, that was a pretty unfortunate. Well, not unfortunate, but it's just the fact that Chess Club had every single move counted down, and just the fact that they could just deal with every single roam was huge. And so it makes sense for ARIAL Arise to just totally stop roaming entirely. Don't even try it even. Don't go toe-to-toe with it. Go for that kind of utility-based one, just kind of waste time, deal with these mirrors, because they saw in their defense was so difficult to deal with these mirrors. On top of the fact that having someone in, having the bandit in dirt, having the mirrors being bent or mutes on them, can't open them up, can't deal with them, forcing the attacking team to then try and make a play, try and destroy these bandit bags, trying to destroy these mirror windows, wasting so much time, or at that point, as we saw from ARIAL Arise, just jumping down the kitchen hatch. So this is what they're going to do. They're going to probably play that same game and force Chess Club to make a move, make something crazy happen, because otherwise it's going to run into these utility-based setups that are just painful.
We'll see a lifeline sent down, burns a magnet. Thankfully, don't have to worry about any more magnets on that side unless Rethinking decides to place one over there. It's not the same C4, it's two sent out by CZ and Wimpy to take down the Hibana and the Sledge, respectively. Two operators you definitely don't want to lose in the first minute 30, because now Gunner is forced to use two Selma charges to open up one hatch. Mr. B was not able to use his X-Kairos to get work done, and Gunner has to expend almost all of his hard-reach utility to do such a small, minimal amount of work. And in a 3v5 as well, ARIAL can do exactly what they want in this situation. Play sight. Force Chess Club to try to manifest a play outside of such a heavy disadvantage. They'll drop the hatch, and Bills is down pretty quick after. Gunner gets the first kill in the round, but now he's the only one left. He's pushing on in successfully so far, with Wimpy on low HP as well. This could be a 1v2 if Wimpy gives his life up and Gunner lands his shots. He's got the diffuser as well. With some light intel on a player inside of Church, he can start to put the bomb down and hopefully bait out some of the positions from the defense. Behind box one, that's exactly what he'll do. 45 seconds left, plenty of time to play with. He'll fall off. ARIAL Arise, they call his bluff. They don't push. knowing that Gunner has to make a play, either plant or go for the kills, and they have the advantage either way. Will slowly start moving over, spots the Mira. Wimpy was already close to death, so that headshot will only put him further into the grave than he already was. Now, his time is slowly elapsing. Gunner has to decide. He has to get CZ and Kento to make a play. He falls off the plant. He calls them out. He knows they have to peek while 15 seconds left. The time is running short. Spots his head through the railing, but he can't round it out. They're able to play off the 1v2, but they come so close to defeat. Ariel still grab match point by the skin of their teeth.
Oh, that was scary there. The fact that there was 2 members left there in a 1v2 that were far apart at the end there. Looking great for Gunner, but still, we start off again at this. We're going to that same play we saw from Chess Club in their defense, and Arrow Rise will play the same exact one. They'll just force Chess Club to go for an execute, try to force them to destroy these mirror windows, force them to try and use utility to open it up. But again, I say this time they weren't able to do that even, because 2 C4s will put 2 members down, the Habana and the Sledge, which are 2 important facts. 2 fire grenades you might need, X-Kairos you may need to open the hatches, and maybe even destroy some of those mirrors. And then you're down to only Gunner with his 3 Selmas, and so he can only open the hatch at that point. And from there, at that point, it was Chess Club forcing blue, forcing down main, making plays. And well, the only play that worked was Gunner jumping down the kitchen hatch, able to take a kill for his own, able to take another and make it into a 1v3 where he kills Wimpy, but he's in a 1v2, and where it could have worked, could have been his win. But in a 1v2, time ticking by the second, it's difficult to win those fights, and he came close to doing so.
This is still problematic for Aerial Arise. They won basement, which they desperately needed to do. I mean, if they wanted any chance of winning this match, they needed to win it. Of course, win it in regulation. Keep in mind.
Yeah.
Now, they need to win CCTV, which, based in the 2 attempts they've played it, were both flawless wins for Chess Club.
10 seconds left.
That is the site they need to win. The 3rd time now,
5 seconds to insertion.
in order to seal this out 7-5 and win in regulation. We will see some changes, which I think are good. We think it will instead take up the my position inside a garage. So far, CZ has been the 1st or 2nd to fall each time. I think this is good. Get some fresh blood in there. Wimpy also trying to put some bandit batteries in that garage wall as well. I'm liking the focus on garage because Chess Club paid some mind there. It's time the defense did so as well, but Snake still gets the opening pick on to CZ. All players.
Once again, unfortunately, CZ playing Secret this time. I think someone last time was playing Secret too, so Chess Club being aware of that Secret player once again, able to get that first pick. Great job from Chess Club to understand that, be adapting to those plays. So they should open up that wall earlier, but again, it was Arrow Rise who didn't pay much mind to it. And then, well, you said New Blood, but apparently New Blood doesn't mean anything.
Now the garage player falls without so much as a whimper. Silent on the rafters. He falls 3 rounds in a row for Aerial Arise. And it's even worse this time. We're not even a minute in, and it's a 2v5. This has been the worst for Aerial Arise so far. Thankfully, they have overtime at least, and that's what they need, because this has been pitiful from the defense so far. Wimpy finally gets a kill, so if he dies now, it's a whimper, not silence. And that's all he'll manage to utter before he's felled by the Yana. Overtime is on the menu in our round 6 match of the night. Who starts on defense? Thank the Lord, it's Chess Club.
What do I even say about that round?
It was just their CCTV defense. Which just collapses under any semblance of weight. And I say thank the Lord Chess Club start on defense. That's from Aerial Arise's viewpoint.
Yeah, I'm about to say that's
their POV.
Yeah, but that's good that Arrow Rise are on attack, because it's been attacker side at Clubhouse so far. We'll see if it stays that way. But either way, that last defense from Arrow Rise was just, oh god, just.
Hey, it wasn't
pick
flawless.
After easy pick.
It was not a flawless win for Chess Club, Benny.
Oh yeah, that's that.
I want you to keep that in mind. Wimpy got 1 kill. After he.
What flawless rounds they have actually that half? They had 2 or 3, right?
They had 2. Both on CCTV, as I mentioned.
Oh god.
So
it wasn't flawless.
That's true. At least it was not flawless. Going forward here, Chess Club's best site, without question, on the defense has been basement. They won it twice. Probably should have won it 3 times, but they did a little bit of trolling in the first round. So starting out, this should be a round win for them if they can just, again, kind of recapture that same glory. The big thing here Aerial Arise were giving away opening picks like they were giving away candy to children. And Chess Club were eagerly taking it up. Again, Aerial Arise, if they don't give Chess Club that pick, they just play a little bit further back, they usually have good success.
On this site though, they still haven't figured out a way to deal with the setup though.
Well, but it seems more of a matter of maybe not even droning properly. I mean, how many times has it just been a mainstairs player who's just sitting there, gets nobody to pick because Kento kind of rushes in?
Like, that's true too. I agree with you that there's always been someone early in the entry gets picked off. But at the same point, even without that one player, I feel like they still don't understand what to do here to deal with those mirrors and get a play down in the first place. Because otherwise, we've seen them just jump down kitchen hatch or force a blue take or something like that. We'll see this time if they actually happen. Once again, if another player from Aerial Rise is too early on the pick, but it looks like, oh, there was the early fight, but this time it's Bills to run away from it instead. Not going to take the early pick because he got droned out. They knew his position this time around. So it was not a surprise to the members of Aerial Rise early in this round. Val is going to throw a grenade, destroy some of the barbed wire, destroy some of the utility inside of blue. My issue always has been I don't know what exactly the play is here for Aerial Rise. With the amount of C4s, well, not C4s, just the amount of the mirror windows, with the different angles they have, the only real option they have, besides if they don't destroy mirror windows, is jumping down this hatch. And well, Mr. B's just kind of asking for it. Entirely.
All right.
I don't know what you were doing there.
What did he think was going to happen? Well, he already gave away a C4, but now losing his life, you talked about Mr. B was a big player inside of Dirt. The attack honestly never even came close to dealing with and just served as one of the many reasons and factors that were just unanswered by Aerial Arise and a reason they lost those attacks. He gave his life up below the kitchen hatch now, and while there is one player inside of Dirt, Aerial Arise are something they sorely needed, a win in the mid-round. Of course, it's come a little bit late. They still have a lot to do. They do need to actually move down to that bottom floor because a well-timed C4 by Doc could throw the entire thing overboard for Aerial Arise if he can still get that piece of intel or piece of utility to land, or even if these mirror windows stay alive inside or on that church wall. If they can still hold that and deny the push down bottom main, or use that C4 to deny the plant if Aerial go for a kitchen drop, this is still a winnable round for Chess Club, and that could be the way they make it happen. Doc is sitting inside of blue right now, so he could fall to a well-timed pinch by the attack if they can play their cards right. Gunner also getting aggressive below these vertical holes opened up outside and inside of kitchen. Hasn't found anybody just yet, as it's, courageous Carl to find the shoulder of Snake sitting inside of Dirt. Gunner waiting for the kitchen drop. He's gone unread. The diffuser dropped. Somebody's got to pick it up or go for these kills. It's the ladder, and that's what's working the most. Gunner, the only one left on 1 HP, can't make it happen. Finally, Ariel are able to compensate, build something off of their early success they've lacked for a good portion of their basement attacks. They just need to win one more round, seal this out in overtime.
I thought Gunner was going to ruin the round there, being under the hatch like that. But apparently elsewhere, that Dirt push, the blue push, the main stairs push, well, there's a moto drop. The moto drop worked out perfectly for Aerial Rise elsewhere. But even then, the beginning of the round was the fact that Mr. B, well, gave his life away. He just kind of under the hatch. Just kind of sitting there through the C4, wasn't able to get a kill, wasn't able to kill anybody in the window, and then kind of stood there expecting somebody to maybe jump in the window. Not sure what he was doing, but he goes down early, makes it a 4v5. And from there, Chess Club, well, they played their angles like they had before, playing the same angle. So, Snake takes the place of Mr. B inside of Dirt. Nobody can play under the hatch except Gunner goes early later on. But from there, actually, Aerial Rise are able to deal with that mirror window from dummies facing blue. Throw a grenade in there, destroy the bandit battery, open up that mirror window, force Doc to actually play behind the gen, rather play behind the mirror window. And at that point, having forced those players, you know where the rest of them are. They play perfectly. They have the moto drop. That player pushes through moto, gets the kill in church. One player goes through blue, kills Doc behind Gen. Snake dies as well inside of Dirt, leaving Gunner by himself. He does get the pick onto the dropping Cabana, but that's the only thing he gets at that point.
But now, again, this is another problem for Ariel. They're able to take down Chess Club's ace in the hole for basement. Good job. What defensive site is really their equivalent here, Benny? What is it? Is it Gym?
This has been the site they've won. Playing that same kind of like, bunker style defense.
I suppose that certainly is true. Playing this play style, this could be what you would call it. And hey, if it proves true, it's 8-6.
At the same point, Aerial Rise just wanted a one against that bunker down defense, and I'm hoping or expecting Chess Club to have that same kind of aspiration now, seeing how well it went for Aerial Rise. So this could just be, same thing. Chess Club figure out the same weak points in their defense, open up that mirror, get a pick off of maybe that kitchen hatch like we saw last time. So I won't hopefully expect from Arrow Rise to sit under the hatch. But either way, if they're able to get those, work these picks, again, it seems to be Chess Club's big thing is if they can get opening pick, if they can snowball these attacks, it could work out. But again, we don't know what they're going to do here. It looks like they're clearing top floor for the moment. We'll see if they even do that, because again, the big thing was the fact that Arrow was able to destroy that mirror from dummies, push their way through, and pick off these players. Looks like they know one Gunner sees one, able to get the pick onto the mute of CZ running away.
That could have been it right there. That could have been the moment where Ariel just kind of give the game away. He's still spotted playing on bottom main, but he can much more easily move back into the site now. Even prep a C4, hoping that somebody starts opening up those holes on I suppose, not exactly what I was thinking. I was going to say open up the holes watching main stairs. This is more so to find that default cam. By the way, it opens up and nothing found for the defense, except CZ does actually get a kill. This time he's pulled all the way back into Moto, but almost trades himself out by giving himself up to the main stairs angle. He still rotates back in with his life, just not much of it remaining. Bills can also be picked back up, so with a minute 30, we're still at a 5v5.
Nothing too crazy happening, and we're going to see Chess Club opening hatches. Wimpy trying to find a pick, trying to find a weakness in this attack, trying to find somebody from Chess Club unaware of his presence. But nobody's there. At this point, they've opened up the hatches, and so far, are they maybe just going to go for that drop? Doc's opening up the holes above to push Wimpy out, but Wimpy's playing so aggressive like we saw from Mr. B. Could this be the kill that pushes Chess Club over to get this opening pick, further them into the play? But it looks like dirt push from Gunner as well, so it could be a dirt kitchen hatch drop for Chess Club if they can't open up these mirrors.
Still have 50 seconds to do it, so time to use, and again, a 5v5. In all likelihood, a kill is not going to give you the momentum. It's going to be the utility to clear out those mirror windows, and then likely a kill behind it. Wimpy holding a tight angle inside of dirt, spots one for just a second, but right as a drone rounds the corner, he repositions, spots him again, so he's not a safe man inside of this position. And if his C4 is taken down, that could be big for the attack. That's exactly what happens. Gunner works that angle well enough, but it's still even with 20 seconds left. A 4v4, sure, Doc is fallen, but is this favoring Ariel Arise? Gunner's the only one inside of dirt. He has a nice angle, but there's this C4. What could win the game for Ariel Arise if the kitchen drop isn't stopped? And it lands successfully! 3v1, Snake the only one left. They win it. They lose basement to the oldest trick in the book more times than I can count. And they do the same here to Chess Club to be the only team retaining their flawless record in the first qualifier.
Oh, unfortunate for Chess Club at last round, just not able to work any picks, wasting too much time trying to find something. At least Gunner was able to make his way through dirt, but that was the only real push they had. Otherwise, it was drop it down kitchen hatch was the only other thing they really pushed for, and well, it was that, and I think there was a main stairs push too that lost too as well. So just unfortunate that Chess Club could not find a weakness compared to Arrow Rise when they were able to win that defense against, or win that attack on Chess Club's defense. But either way, great job to Arrow Rise. They'll stay, they're 6-0 now for this qualifier so far.
6-0 for the qualifier. Ariel Arise remain. Chess Club going to a measly 5-1. What a terrible record. Now, of course, well, again, we picked this game to see who would in all likelihood guarantee themselves a spot in the closed qualifiers, which, to be fair, could still likely be both of these teams. But right now, as Ariel Arise are 6-0, odds are they will make it into the closed qualifiers. I believe there is still like a slim chance that they lose the next two games and their differential is bad enough. They could actually not make it in. Assuming that doesn't happen, though, they are basically in the closed qualifier. So, premature congratulations. Not full yet, though, because I don't want to jinx them. I have seen crazier things happen than 2 BO1 losses. So, not unheard of.
Also, that CZ kill.
I was about to say, that CZ kill would probably be crazier than 2 BO1 losses. I still can't believe that happened. That was one of the weirder engagements I've seen.
Did he jump off the railing and he tried to get him and then he just CZ was there?
I want to be honest, Benny. That man was concussed, sprinted straight into a Yana, and probably hit his melee button out of reflex. I don't think CZ even knows what happened. I don't think
I would need to see it from like CZ or one of the screens. They got to post that clip of what happened there, because that was crazy.
I'm sure. I would imagine probably Bill's perspective, I would guess we see that from. But I think we'll probably see that one on Twitter be like, hey, this weird thing happened, as we usually tend to see. So, of course, we still have Chess Club to see if they make it in. ARIAL Rising made it in so far, just to check on the other section of, I keep wanting to say the bracket, but is it technically a bracket, Benny?
No, because of rounds.
Yeah,
There's
okay.
no bracket per se.
It's just, if you go to the website, it's listed under bracket. I didn't know if it was still.
No,
I wasn't up to date on the terminology. I've not been around the block as long as you are. You're more of an expert in this department. I just wanted to check. Still have a lot of games going on, of course. I believe, though, we're starting to get closer to the end. I think we still have, what, like 6 games
1,
remaining?
2, 3, 4. Yeah, like 6 games remaining. Still waiting on a few to finish up.
Any upsets, Benny? Here, Benny, why don't you scan the bracket for... Sorry, scan the round for any upsets or cool things to talk about. Let's talk about another one of our sponsors, specifically Mike and Ike's. Mention them at the top of the show. They sponsor our pre-show segment, and of course, they are always here for us at SCS Season 6. I don't know off the top of my head who I would give my made-up Mike and Ike's player of the match to. Honestly, it was just kind of both teams playing, or I'd say pretty doing equally. I always usually just give it to Wimpy because he usually shows up big on Clubhouse, especially when he's playing Bandit and Mira. So I'll say it's Wimpy, but I don't know. But I do know this. Mike and Ike's, thank you very much being the fruity and chewy candy that always allows us to power up our game and power up our broadcast for your support. So thank you, Mike and Ike's, always. Benny, anything cool happened in the round number 6 list of teams that technically is not a bracket? Okay, I'll take that as a no.
Somali India beat Valkyrie.
Okay. Cool. Thanks. I suppose... No, not really. It's just,
Yeah, there's not much to really go off here. Most of them are pretty expected.
I mean, Achieve Esports beat Ittle Whittle Kitties.
Yeah, you're gonna say that?
That's kind of the Okami stack, what they used to be. That's Exo, J-Slime, Rice, Lava, and Bry. I don't know. To be honest, that pretty much actually most of this just went about the way you'd expect. Not a lot of upsets that happened. Yeah, that's kind of it. We are still waiting. Coincidentally, one of the matchups we're waiting for, we are still waiting for both In Control Nation and the team called In Control. We're both still waiting on them to finish up their games, so funny how that worked out. Are there any teams that just cannot make it anymore? Teams that are just completely out of the running that we might not expect?
Let's see. Probably for 2 and 4 at this point. I don't think we're making it.
Yeah, that'd probably be...
Or 1 and 5.
They literally
like
can't go positive anymore, so...
EV, Talentless, I think, like, Blockstar is definitely... Blockstar is 0 and 6, but I'm pretty sure, like, if you're 2 and 4 or 1 and 5, chances are you're probably not making it, unfortunately.
So you're telling me that In Control have a chance?
They do have a chance to make it to close qualifiers. They do have a chance.
Well, we will see. We do have another game to look at while the round is going on. Guess what? It is Braction again on another game. That is 6-6. Funny how that works out. You love it. You love it when life gives you these little coincidences. Bubble blowers.
Playing Team Gusick, actually.
Ooh. Yeah, let's cut to that game. I don't get off our faces. I want to see how EJ is doing. I want to see what happens. That was, y'all could not hear that, but Ferme was just very loud in my ear. Not at me. I didn't do anything wrong. Technically, nobody did anything wrong. Fate was not kind to us. I believe Braction was running an ad, as Benny said.
Give me a second. He's running an ad.
User and Braction. Oh, I can't read it anymore. Never mind.
I can come right in, right?
Oh my
How
god.
much damage is this? Oh my.
Look at little Sung defending the teammates like that. Shout out.
Yo, Hitman. I think we need
That's
to go down
literally
Green Stairs,
intentionally
kill
trolling.
him
There's no way, right? There's not intentionally trolling.
Is somebody intentionally trolling in my SCS qualifier?
Watch backside, tower
Sit
stairs.
trolling.
I can't watch it. I have to get the hatch.
You there? Nice,
What?
Back it up.
Yo, Mab
That's
a
they should
couple
call the
times
team
and then
that
stop,
trolling.
right?
Just hold it.
I agree.
Go ahead.
I
Back,
agree.
can you make rotates?
Censored word
I'm
happens.
watching backside though. Hold on.
I hate that too.
You want me to open that 140?
That's what
Nah,
I'm
I'll leave, like,
saying.
My gadget on it if they take it off, no?
Yeah, scoot up.
Braction wants to use his gadget right now.
Smarter. Look, now we have way more time to fucking do shit.
Oh.
Fed Panda, come hold backside.
Can't
bro.
open her
Go
that
ahead. I'll hold your
hatch.
freezer. Go ahead. Hit the
No,
back
it's
door.
like I'm decent.
He's got the
Are
decent
you?
at?
Are you Furball 1? Are you decent?
I'll
I
do
think
it
you're
again,
furball
bro.
1, actually.
I hit laundry. I got laundry.
I just missed by like pixels, man.
Oh my
Hitman
God.
down. It's over.
I guess either way, like this attack seems to
Smoke on
be
me,
pretty
that laundry side.
not allowed to go off of really. Hey, at least they kill Baxel in return.
I'm freezer right now.
But so far it seems to be a freezer laundry take, and
Fine, keep
you
the
know how
freezer
those
there.
go
Come on, I'm
usually.
fucking playing anyway, bro. I have 2 smokes
Yeah,
on me.
you lost 1 set of nades plus your, I'm presuming, entry. I could be wrong.
Smokes,
Don't necessarily need to be an
One
entry,
Charlo, one
Yana.
closet,
What?
that's
Do they
2
not have
4.
freezer holes?
No, it's okay. You have your
I think
two
they
guys there.
I thought they saw they did, but I'm not totally sure.
One guy Charlo, one guy closet.
I don't.
this point,
I'm not sure if they have
Braxton's-
freezer holes made in that
You have any
wall,
burn still?
What do you mean?
or head holes
I would
made in the freezer wall.
assume They have to, because Tay just got a kill.
Ah, it
One,
does- it
Braxton just
doesn't
got
matter.
slammed.
Oh, they do. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I
I think I
couldn't
was
tell
about
for
to say,
a
because
second.
yeah, I'm pretty sure Teddy slammed them through those holes. Though at least JB's there to try and bring it back, but it's a 1v2 with 20 seconds left.
It is a 1v2 with 20 seconds though, and he does have 2 nades. This isn't unwinnable.
Whoa.
Okay, this is very winnable, actually. Where is the smoke? We cannot tell, unfortunately,
He
right
was
now.
in-
He's behind a shield.
No.
Yeah, he was in the closet. That's probably what he was looking there for, because that was the last call out.
That's actually so fucking bad.
Because Braxton died to him.
They didn't have I don't know. I feel like they're shifting.
Well, hey, 7 or 6-7 now, and that color. What is with the colors?
If we just get map control quickly, we just do circles
That was
around,
weird.
figure out the utilities to push opposite side.
At
And
this
hit your
point,
shots,
you're
bro.
s-
You can't blame teammates if you're always getting smoked. Facts. Absolute heater coming out from that guy. It's not all about kills, but that KD says a lot. Oh! Oh! He just smoked that guy. Sit down, whoever he's talking to.
I don't
Jeez.
know who he's talking. Is he talking to Braxton? Who's he
Wow.
talking to?
Was that playing here? Well, mine.
They fucked me, though.
That was whew, that was like a George Carlin joke right there. That was
I
so well
understand
written.
that.
There were
I
so many
do.
layers there. What ops is he using?
What are you doing?
Good advice by Pelek. Do practice those T-hunts.
And stuff better mechanics and aim.
Sledge. He just said sledge.
I need a definite vent to myself.
Because
I
my
don't get
main
how
don't
to
wanna play on
if
it.
You don't know how to open
What?
the hatch, shoot a hole here, bounce a nade, break the mute.
What is
the
this
bottom
chat?
Of the fucking wall, you kill the
What
guy
is
Chala
this
every
chat?
round. I don't know how we haven't done that one single time. It's just they overcomplicate everything. It's an absolute
Fraction venting about his own
throwing in
teammates
my
right now?
brain.
Is he really? I can't listen out here. Bro.
Braxton is yelling about his own teammates right now.
It's on stream. You think you should do that on stream?
I don't think he
They'd
knows.
rather drop a hatch than throw a nade and break a mute. That's fucking crazy, son. They rush every single time here.
I need it.
That is tragic. That really is tragic.
Where will my guy go? I need something on my.
Now we'll go back like that didn't happen, right?
I got
Pretend like that didn't happen. That's kind of suspicious.
I don't know.
I don't know about that
Hey,
one.
well, let's see if they can win it again, though. Win this one.
Outside con
It's just
cams up. It's a
they gotta
freezer
win
small
this
thing.
defense and bring it to max
Con
OT.
cams still up.
Auto main,
We
bro.
have nothing for Tala.
They're in shower. Shower hall.
Rotate one of your ADS, Marcella.
I'm still caught on that
Something like
earlier.
this. Watch front side.
Are you really still?
Like that's
Watch back for now.
you're playing with them.
Yeah. Get Jones if you can.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like, dude, you would think you would just wait to say that
I don't know.
not on stream.
I don't know. Anyway,
Trust in the hit.
yeah, beside the point. That's my own personal thoughts. Anyway, as you said, it's basically what we're looking at right
This
now.
For the Goyo Shield long.
I think the comments of Twitch chat are now contextualized. We'll see if they can improve. I mean, it's Oregon defense, Benny.
Our freezer
Probably
cam
got
is
this
still up.
right.
They're working slow.
I'm assuming they do. We have 2 people upstairs, though. That's the question. Is those 2 rumors? Can they stay alive?
Nah, I'm not feeling it. Actually, hold on. They got 6 drones. What?
Wow. Yeah, they destroyed a lot of drones actually.
Bro,
Holy
what is
crap.
Goosick doing with these drones?
One A main.
Not a drone.
I gotta DM EJ after this game and be like, what is
I'm
this
assuming
drone
it's with
economy I'm
the,
watching
uh,
right now?
I'm assuming the guys upstairs who are roaming have been just shooting drones for the last like minute and 2.
Someone go play long with him. I'll watch laundry side.
Look at that.
I don't even know what the plan is even. What is
Shoot
Gusick
this
doing
in your
here?
hallway.
What's the
You
plan,
should-
Gusick?
I don't know, man.
If you don't,
I
that's it.
I don't know what's happening. I'm not
Why is
clairvoyant.
this
I'm
why
not
is the screen
omniscient.
shaking so much?
Go play long with him.
Things are exploding, Benny.
No one's
Oh
watching.
my god.
Get it together.
See my hatch.
I can't watch with all the movement, all the shaking.
Finka dead.
I actually forgot where we were looking at for just a second. What?
God, I didn't see this guy.
I didn't even see needles there. Wow. I didn't even see them.
Another one laundry.
Was he behind like? I think he was behind.
Yeah, I
like,
think
the
he was. Yeah, I think
basket.
he was behind.
Prone
Dirt.
freeze, prone and freeze, prone and freeze.
I don't know. I mean, that he literally could not have been anywhere else. So I'm assuming it's where he was.
Yeah.
I can't see. I'm fully white.
4v3, minute left. I mean, they should win this, right? Bubble Boy should win this.
Was
Meeting
front
couch
side.
open?
7 drones. They only have 3 drones left. Like they have no intel. It's gonna be based on really just on kills and Bax was
Oh, yeah,
dead.
they
Yeah,
got
there's
this.
no way.
More, that's it.
Freeze on
But
you.
now they're on attack again, and they're probably going back upstairs.
Deep freeze.
Close, close,
Yeah.
close.
Yeah. They got this 7-7. We saw them win at 8-7 last time.
20 HP,
What?
20 HP, don't peek.
Okay, good. I thought they got clapped there for a second there.
Gonna go door. Gonna go door. Gonna go door.
We good, right? They ain't gonna lose this, right?
No way.
No, they got this.
are.
No, they only have a crossfire on the diffuser. Like there is no
Yeah,
way they lose
no way.
this. There is
Yeah.
actually no way they lose this.
Oh, he sees him too.
There
He's
we
next
go,
up.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Good.
Chilling.
I thought he was close.
All right. But either way, so now the defense of Goosey goes upstairs to the dorms. I don't know how, we're going to see how they attack it because I have not seen Braction's team or Bobo's even attack that site yet.
I mean, you're also clip chasing. You swung-
Actually, no, I did actually because we saw Bobo players yesterday. They played Oregon. I'm crazy actually. I remember last time the big thing was the fact that Hitman was the big reason they won a lot of those rounds because he would just walk up white or walk big window and kill everybody.
That sounds like a Hitman thing to do.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like half of Tara's tweets are like, "Oh my God, Hitman is so good." I mean, be like he
He's-
is.
You should take flashes.
You are.
These guys-
She is not wrong. He's very good.
He's a shooter. He's a gunner.
He is a gunner. I would agree with that. Him is one of those players I wanted to cast more of and see more of, but I never really have.
Because he just fell off the face of the earth.
I don't
At
know,
least
man.
from a siege competitive standpoint, he just kind of disappeared.
Somebody bring him back. A man with the skill of Hitman and with a name as cool as Hitman cannot be falling off the face of the earth. He's got to be front and center of the lineup. It's too cool. Oh, I'm getting word. JJ's team, in Control Nation, by the way. JJ's team has lost 6-8. That makes his record. Doesn't make his record, actually. Let me go look.
Let's see, In Control Nation is...
And now In Control is higher ranked than In Control Nation. They are 3-3 right now.
Oh, God. Well, it depends. In Control... Oh, yeah, In Control won against not OCG, so yeah, they have a better... Wow.
I'm literally throwing my drone out of the spawn.
Oh, boy. Maybe we cast In Control next. The In Control, the troll team.
Wow, that was super close. It was 8-7. It's not OCG. Not OCG, by the way. That is Phoenix, Zoinkers, Bravo Dog, Gooby, and Kenji Meister, formerly known as Japanadian.
Literally the old...
It's like the OC. It's like literally the old OCG roster, and then like their two friends
Yep.
that they have played with extensively. So
I think what was it? I think the two coaches are also on OCG as well.
Use your gun
Or something like that. But either way, at this point, well, it looks like they're attacking upstairs. And from before I saw before, when they came to the attacks on the top floor, Moblos like to go for that games wall, and they like to go for a white or big window. They really go for attic very often. Which is kind of the interesting part. Despite going for that top play, they never really went for attic at all, which is odd.
bro, I've heard so many people say Katie doesn't. Wow, that statement was wild.
What do you say?
Hey, now you want?
Okay, if you're not gonna say it, that's fine.
No, it wasn't inappropriate. It was just.
Okay. What the?
Outside, yo, main lobby with my. He ran back upstairs. Back
I guess
upstairs.
not as
What
objectionable.
game do you want me to watch?
I don't know.
Kitchen and freeze.
So
Alright,
right
watch
now,
1 and 2. I'm
I think
watching 1 and 2.
actually the last time we saw Bubble Blowers win, Braxton was playing Lion, so we're already starting off
If you're
well.
gonna tell me so I can line call.
I'm nading. Go.
It was on Villa, to be fair, so a bit of a different game. There you go, okay. Got a nice E1D use. Should be used to good effect. Never mind. I think they tried, though. At least there was the attempt. Sometimes you feel like, Benny, I feel like teams just use the E1D, and then you just wonder, like, why when it's
Need
done.
someone on big window.
Yeah, I do agree. There are times where they call it out and they go for the push. Hey, Hitman's been activated though.
Going kids window.
Okay, he's got one kill. I don't know if I'd say he's been activated.
One kid.
Well, he needs one to snowball
Green
though,
hall,
and they've
green
got
hall,
cams on someone flanking too, and that person has no clue they're walking
This is-
by.
He's in kitchen
That-
somewhere. I'm calling.
Pretty sure that's 100% to them. Pretty sure that is a freebie right there if they can get that.
That should be a freebie to kill him. Yep, there we go.
There we
Hitman
go.
with another. I told you, he's rolled into it. He's gonna get those picks.
Ash,
Evil Clown with
I'm
another
Oh.
on the Teddy. This is probably it right here.
Go one big.
Yeah, it's. I mean, this has to be at that point. This would
You wait for me, I'm
require
coming behind you,
require
wait
a
for me.
throw of not biblical proportions, but pretty massive proportions, especially now it's a 5v1. There we go.
Freebie.
Wow, Benny that actually followed the exact same
Reload.
pattern as what we saw.
Fucking round, bro.
Bubble blowers lose the first round, then win the next two. It's what we saw in the first time we jumped into their game and the second time.
Yeah, looking good, bubble blowers.
My only
Let's see what are they.
complaint-
What is their
What is their record now?
Bubble
Let's
blowers
check.
Win.
Call me
where are they
checking.
Actually, trying to find them on the list.
Bubble blowers are 4-2
Oh,
now
it'd be 4-2.
after that game.
Wonder who they'll play next. I do want to see if we can cast In Control, the troll team.
We could, if we wanted
Depends who
to.
they're playing.
Do
Depends
we
who they're
though?
playing.
Do we
Eh.
though, Benny?
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know. My camera's freaking out right now. I just like, hold on. Frame rate, come back. There we go. I have bad apartment internet. It's not my fault. But yeah, I believe. Wow, hold on. Wow, that was actually the last game.
Oh,
Wow. Well, I mean, do we want to send it to a break? Or you just want to stay here, Benny? You just want to chill.
that's up to you. I don't really care.
Why do you gotta
Up to
leave
you.
this up to me? Why you always gotta
I
leave it
don't
up to me?
you're
Why
on
do
the
I
left
have to
side.
make
You're the
all?
one
Why
calling
do
the
I have
shots
to
here.
make all the decisions? Ever consider that? Huh?
You don't like wearing the pants in the relationship?
No, it's not bad. But maybe I'm tired of agency every now and then. Maybe I want you to, take charge.
Well, if anything, we do need to figure out what game we're casting, so we'll probably do that off stream if anything.
Yeah, I suppose. All right. Well, now that all the games are finished, we will be back in just a few minutes to go over the bracket. Do not go anywhere. Don't turn off the stream. We'll be back shortly with round number 7. See you then.